like, you don't want to get bitten by no brown recluse. I'm like, damn. Like, that's a brown recluse. Get away from that. Like, nah, F tier. Like, bro, what? F tier.
You realize how bottom tier they are. Second from the bottom is the Black Widow, a build which relies far.
It's the same way. Hey, Vaughn here. All you arachnophobic people out there. Did I say that right? Arachnophobic. Anyway, spiders tier list. All right, the creepiest build in the game. They move quick, they look creepy, and they're dangerous. Some builds are dangerous. I don't know, some just leave spider bites in the morning. I'll be having a couple. I'm like, bro, did something bite me when I was asleep? Why I got this random bump? But nonetheless, spiders come in various forms and sizes and have different venoms. But one thing for sure, they are the creepiest. Like, besides spiders, what would be like the creepiest thing you've seen? I'd say, not centipedes. I'd say centipedes is up there. Cause they are. But we finna look at the spiders tier list. I don't know why we haven't watched this already. Yeah, bro, I remember the biggest spider I've seen. Quick story. I know that's not why we're here. We're here to watch the damn video. But let me tell my story. My dad had made like a room in the basement where for my older brother. But then when he moved out, it was my room. Best time I ever had in my life. It was so private. It was like I had my own place. Anyway, so like since it's like I'm in the garage, I remember I seen this. I forgot what I was doing, but since I'm in the garage, it's like the washer. I would think I was doing something with like the washer. I think I was washing or drying some clothes. I don't know. But like all I seen is because my dad, he had this like 89 5.0, so convertible. He had it like parked in the garage, obviously. So when I look like behind, like, so like I can kind of see over it, like on the passenger side, I just see this fat ass spider, biggest spider I've seen in my goddamn life. I was like, what the? It was like something out of Ice Spiders, bro. It was like out of some sci-fi Ice Spider stuff, bro. I hit it with a broom. It fell. Never seen it again, bro. I was so terrified to go to sleep that night. To this day, I still haven't seen that spider, bro. And you know what's crazy? One of my it was 7th grade. I was in 7th grade because I remember I was 7th grade going into 8th. So I remember I was on the phone with my homie when I did it. Bro, his name was Jackie. We was having the weirdest conversation. But anyway, enough of my rambling. If you're new, like, comment, subscribe. And if you're not new, you just keep coming back. Subscribe, but what are you doing? I promise you we get to the videos quicker than that. Damn, hotel. Bro, like, yo, this damn creepy ass Hotel Transylvania music. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Black Widows don't really. I don't know if I see a black. I still like the fat spiders, like these right here, like bro, look at that, bro, look at this. I just be thinking, like, imagine stepping on this, bro. Ugh, like, bro, tiny spiders don't really. I don't care. Like, I'll just kill it. They still creepy and move hella fast, but it's like, but these big boy, God. I want to look kind of like an old man. Hey, that one. Like an old man.
There are many ways to come out on top in an encounter without actually drawing blood. Intimidation, superior maneuvering, and camouflage are all good options when it comes to taking on an enemy you can't defeat in a physical battle. Perhaps one of the most underrated methods is creeping your opponent out. A good rush of fear can cause a target to freeze, to run away, or to lash out with a predictable and punishable move. A lot of builds have had the reputation of being spooky or creepy. Top contenders include bats, snakes, centipedes, cockroaches, scarabs, scorpions. Top contenders include bats, snakes, centipedes.
I ain't gonna lie, bats. I never seen a bat in person, so maybe a bat can have that creepy factor. What else he say?
Reputation of being spooky or creepy. Top contenders include bats,
snakes. Yeah, snakes. I give it to snakes because I remember. The smallest snake terrified me, bro. At least the way they move, they just be like, yeah, like, oh my god, like it was like a garden snake. I don't give a damn if it's a garden snake. I I'm terrified. Yeah, so snakes, I give it to snakes.
Snakes, centipedes,
Uh-huh.
cockroaches,
I already have centipedes. And cockroaches? Yeah.
scarabs, scorpions, rats, owls, ravens, toads, and many more. But today
Yeah.
I want to talk
The
in
way
depth
owls
about
be
the
looking,
number one
bro.
creepiest build in the game.
Yeah.
A build so diverse, successful, and powerful
Hold up. Man, this
that
video
it's
was
the
5
most
years
common
ago. I can
phobia
feel
of
it.
all time, the spider. The spider's creepiness factor is integral to its game plan because it helps mitigate the serious weaknesses that can come with playing the lowest weight class. Any build with a significant size advantage can one-hit a spider, but not if they're irrationally frozen in fear. This combined with their various excellent hunting spider, but not if they're irrationally
Bro, did he flip his hand? Oh, it was flip his hand over?
not if they're irrational
Bro,
advantage can one-hit a spider, but not
imagine you just flip
if
your
they're
hand over
irrationally
and that's
frozen in fear.
Hell no.
This combined with their various excellent hunting techniques make the spider one of the best lightweight rogue classes available. Since spiders employ such a wide variety of hunting strats, today I want to go over the tier list of the spiders. There's not
Okay.
all that much different between each spider except for a few things. Their venom, their mobility, and most importantly, how they use their unique ability, spinnerets.
Bro, look at it.
There's a lot of spiders I like to cover in this video, so it's going to be a bit of rapid fire.
Hey, daddy, long
So
leg spiders.
in bottom tier, we've got two spiders that I'm betting most of you would have guessed would be close
Yeah.
to the top.
Right.
First is the brown recluse, a spider notorious for its ability
Why
to
is it
cause
F?
its victims' flesh to rot. Only one thing, human support mains and data miners now believe that the necrosis is not caused by the spider's bite, but is actually the result of a MRSA infection caused by a particularly nasty clan of Staphylococcus aureus. This type of infection can be caused by any puncture wound, not just a spider bite, but spider bites are the most common misdiagnosis. Recluse spiders already have low stats, so take away this rumor that's been keeping them relevant, and suddenly
Bro. Yeah, brown recluse. I'm like, why is this F tier? You do not know the horrors I heard is this damn spider. Like, you don't want to get bitten by no brown recluse. I'm like, damn. Like, that's the brown recluse. Get away from that. Like, nah, F. F tier. Like, bro, what? F tier.
you realize how bottom tier they are. Second from the bottom is the Black Widow, a build which relies far
It's the same way. If you got bit by a brown recluse or a black widow, you got like 15 minutes before you check out of here. What?
far too heavily on its reputation, and just like the brown recluse, can't actually back it up. The Widow's bite is potent for sure, but not even close to the game-ending power rumor says it has. Of the thousands of bites on humans each year, less than 1% result in the target's demise, and they usually only do because the target already had low health.
Alright,
Both of these
hello.
spiders also employ camping as their main method of getting kills on other lightweight players. And while this is a legitimate
Are
strategy,
you trying to say old people? Like, if it been like a 70-year-old man, well, you was almost out of here, so you just kind of sped it up. Like, what?
spiders have access to far more effective methods. But if you're gonna camp, you might as well do it right. The key to optimizing your camping game is to maximize the area you can control from safety. In short, the bigger your web is, the easier it is to score free kills. The bark spider takes this to the extreme and creates a
Oh,
web
I've seen a
spanning an
big
entire
ass.
river. This allows it to capture targets that normally keep their distance from the typical trap locations, like the elusive dragonfly. While this is all impressive, it takes a huge time and resource investment to set up, and is easily erased by anyone who notices what you're up to, which locks this spider in D tier. Along a similar vein, social spiders can also construct giant webs to control large sections of the map. Compared to the bark spider, social
like
giant webs to
bro,
control large sections of
spiders
the
are
map.
just ridiculous.
Compared to the bark spider, social spiders expend less individual effort and construct a sturdier base.
Like how quick
but
they
the division of
move,
loot
like
archers
you not
expend less
understand.
individual effort
Like,
and construct a
look how
sturdier base.
fast they just get in the frame. Like, bro,
Less individual
Brody
effort.
is way back there, and it just got there in like under a sec. Bro,
Less individual
It's
effort
so quick.
and construct a sturdier base. But the division of loot arguably outweighs this factor, and combined with the fact that they have to deal with thieves and freeloaders, I'd say that they're on the same level as the solo builders. They don't function as a cohesive
hold on, I
unit
gotta
like
see this. So spiders be moving at 1 mile an hour, but they feel like they moving like 20.
you social insects. Nor do they function as team players that play off of each other's strengths, like pack hunters do. It's more of a mob strategy. Anyways, while it may not be quite as impressive, there are much safer and less tedious camping strategies in the next tier. The trapdoor spider maximizes safety by hiding completely out of sight and using an alarm system to indicate the opportune moment to strike. The safety comes at a cost though, as these players are much more vulnerable to environmental hazards such as flooding, frost, and whatever else the overworld throws at them. Another solid camping strategy was found by the ogre spider players. Instead of hoping targets walk into their trap, ogre spiders fashion the webs into nets, which they cast directly onto anything that gets too close. They've got incredibly powerful vision at night, but because arachnids haven't spec'd into the iris ability, they can't turn this ability off, and as a result they actually take solar damage every single day, destroying part of their retina. Luckily, they do have a passive regeneration ability that heals this in time to be ready again the next night, but still, pretty huge drawback to go blind every morning. All this balances out to stick these two spiders in C tier. As we move up the tier list, we move away from spiders that rely on camping and towards the more bold players. And you'd be hard pressed to find a spider more bold than the water spider, which, instead of using its web as a trap, it uses as an air canister and goes scuba diving. This is extremely risky because of how easy it can be for players in higher weight classes to take them out, but the spiders make it work. Their bravery rewards them with the chance to catch minnows, which are worth a lot of XP for such a small hunter. Also in B tier, we've got another spider which uses its web in an interesting way, as a ranged mobility debuff. The spitting spider can launch sticky webs at high speed. This is particularly useful for dealing with more mobile builds when you don't want to just camp. This move is powerful if your opponent isn't expecting it, but since it has a lot of end lag, if your opponent evades it, they'll get a free punish. This move is good, but there are other builds which use it more effectively, such as the Velvet Worm, which has much more range. At the bottom of A tier, we've got a powerful all-rounder build with a solid offense and defense, the Tarantula.
Okay.
While it doesn't spec into the absurdly strong venom some other spider players do, it gets by just fine with brute force alone, instead opting for more damaging fangs and larger size. This allows it to win some matchups that are normally unfavorable for spiders, such as those with thick armor or fur that's difficult to bite through unless you've got longer fangs. It also has the ability to throw hundreds of little quills from its back, which can blind aggressors and allow for an easy escape. It can only be used a few times before it has to recharge, however. All this together gives the Tarantula players a great all-rounder build with only a few bad matchups like the Tarantula Hawkwasp. On the opposite end of the spectrum from this slow giant is the most mobile spider in the game, the jumping spider. This build trades damage and defense for extremely high mobility and supreme accuracy. Obviously, this is one of the more skill-intensive arthropods, since timing jumps and landing pounce attacks is difficult. But with some practice, you can outmaneuver almost any other lightweight build and score critical hits on enemies that are normally well defended. This makes the jumping spider a great anti-camper class. Now, I don't think there are really any spiders deserving of S tier. None dominate the meta or are so oppressive that other builds get invalidated. But there certainly are a few that come close. So in A+ tier, we've got two spiders who genuinely live up to their reputation as nightmares. One is the Sydney Funnelweb Spider. This build is basically what you get when you take a tarantula and optimize it for the glass cannon archetype. It doesn't have the defensive hairstorm ability like the tarantula does, but most Funnelweb players tend to subscribe to the best defense is an overwhelming offense strategy. This is highlighted by the fact that they tend to deliver several bites when threatened, instead of just biting once and trying to flee.
Damn.
The second is the Brazilian Wandering Spider, which has the most potent venom of all spiders. This spider is even more aggressive than the Funnelweb spider, and tends to inject more venom in a single bite than any other spider. Those two traits combined let this spider one-shot essentially anything, from mid-tiers like lizards to top tiers like apes. Well, we've made it. Thanks for watching. And be sure to leave a video suggestion in the comments. I've gotten some great ideas that I just can't wait to cover. If you thought this video was great,
like, you know how, like, to this day, like, until I watched this video, you don't know how terrified I was of black widows and brown recluse, I can't say it. I can't say it right now, but just the BRs, bro. I was so terrified of the BRs. To the point where I thought if I got bit, I'm not living. After watching this video, if I see a black widow, obviously, or a BR, obviously, I don't want to get bit. I never been stung. I never been bit by one of them spiders, besides, like, when I'm sleeping. But, like, I've never been bit. But, like, if I did get bit, I just probably look at it now and be like, I should be alright. So, with that being said, I'll see y'all next one. Peace.